I've been covering Death vs. Heard for about 2 years now, maybe more, and one thing I learned for sure is Amber fans get very nasty. Now, Johnny fans have their jokes too, we know what they are, but I think Amber fans take it to the next level. That you'll see here really soon. But first, let me put the context in here. This is from Castle Fine Art from Twitter, and it says, capturing popular icons Bob Marley, Heath Ledger, River Phoenix, and Hunter S. Thompson, the collection is a unique insight into the world of Hollywood from one of its biggest stars. Sold out, by the way, let's throw that out there. And one thing I think that Amber fans forget is Johnny met a lot of these people. These aren't just people that Johnny looks up to, saw in a magazine as a kid. He's met some of these people. Let's see what we got here. This person, Eddie, says, someone said it is already sold out, and the real Laura B, who we think is an excellent poster on Twitter, says, they must have released some from the foursome set. Heath and Phoenix still have some now. But now, the Ugly Duckling Movement Studio says, how dare he use River? Didn't the Southern gentleman do enough to River already? Now he exploits him more. Judging by Ugly Duckling, we can also see where her politics are, just as a side note, but I digress. And Nettie here's on Johnny's side, and she says, it is actually art making yourself a brand that you can sell to anyone and always is an art. Watch him, learn how to, an important lesson for many. Be unique, it's very impressive how he did it. Not an opinion from the perspective of whether I like him or not, just to be clear. And Jerry gently says, the man has no shame. First he lets River die outside his club, then he makes money off him with crappy art. Okie dokie then. First of all, she's bringing up things that happened a long time ago. Second of all, completely inaccurate. But this is what the Amber fans sink down to. Sparrow says, how dare he profit off Heath's image? If Heath were alive today, there is no way he would consent to that R word using his image. And Ellie says, painting by numbers. So as you can see, Sparrow here, obviously an Amber fan, has to use this terrible word. They like that word that's completely unproved and actually proved false in a court of law in Virginia, which they don't respect so much, it looks like. And Red Leader says, he's not a real artist, he's a fraud. And by the way, looks like Red Leader is a Star Wars fan, but not the old Star Wars, not the original Red Leader from the 70s. Obviously, probably a fan of Rey, and those people, by the way, are not fans of Johnny. Let's take a quick look at this crappy little Substack. Here it is. Hard no. The art market hits a new low and only we can stop it. You're gonna stop it by what? Watching it get sold out? Okay, good job on that. Spectacle and opportunism are the twin engines that drive the contemporary art market, so it's never a surprise when it reaches an incredible new low as it did this past week when Johnny Depp's debut art collection sold out for $3.6 million in a matter of hours. Let's read that part again. Johnny Depp's art collection sold out for $3.6 million in a matter of hours. That's fantastic. Thank you, Jennifer. And then Jennifer goes on to say, I have a policy against writing about things that exist solely to seek attention or money and possess little inherent value. And while Depp's work falls squarely into this category, the mechanism that brought it into the public eye is deserving of conversation because it reveals so much about the public's relationship to art and the art establishment's disdain for the public. So I guess the art establishment, whoever that is, whatever that is, has disdain for the public because Johnny sold out these pieces in hours. But guess what? The argument is always something like this. Well, I don't lie. I'm a good person. I don't use things to monetize and for clicks. But in this case, because I know I'm right, because this is the truth, I'm going to say something bad about Johnny. Same thing Ellen Barkin did. She said, well, I'm not somebody who lies, but I found in this one time it was the truth. So that's why I couldn't lie, because I'm not a liar. Because people who don't lie need to say they're not lying, right? Did you ever hear Johnny say he's not lying? I don't think so. When people are telling the truth, you don't need to say, I'm not lying. I usually don't lie. But okay, thank you for your silly little opinion, Jennifer. You got 36 big hearts. Congratulations. And Coco says something I'd say a little bit out there. He basically killed River, and every time he gets asked about him, he makes their friendship seem closer when himself said at the start they weren't even friends. River's death is shady, but also he walked to Depp to ask for help, and Depp got him kicked out, left to die outside. So, yeah, I'm sure that was Johnny's intention. Anyway, I can't get into it. I don't know full facts, but saying Johnny killed River again, little silly. I'm not putting down his artwork at all. These people are not heroes. They were talented. I'm Johnny Depp Sage, and I remember Marley well. Talent. Useless comment. Thank you, Deborah. And Dreaming of Disaster says they're his friends and heroes. Negative Nancy. Not sure what that means, but yeah, some were people he knew. We don't really know how good they were friends, but he knew them. So we can assume he picked them for that reason. Look, if Johnny was going to exploit people to make money, those are famous people, but they're not like the top of the crop superstars or anything. Yes, they're all well known, they're all big, they're all respected. But the point is, if Johnny just wanted money to donate to charity, by the way, then, he could have picked other people more exploitable. They seem like people that were on his mind that don't get attention anymore. And Lowell says, if you're a fan of River, you can't also be a fan of the wife beater. And Miss Torrance is out for revenge says, these are hideous and he has a lot of nerve drawing River Phoenix. And Tilly says, and they sold out. Stay bitter, Heard has nothing going on in her life other than being sued again. Yeah, well, Aquaman 2's coming out, but to my pleasant surprise, it sounds like a bad movie, according to some rumors, which could be true. We don't know yet, but the rumors are coming out, and we know Jason maybe polluted the movie with a lot of politics, which is never good. But time shall tell. We'll get back to that sometime. As for me, I think it's good. I like it. Is it the best art I've ever seen? I mean, no, it's not the best I've ever seen, but it's unique, it's got style, and it's one of Johnny's many talents. Not like he's an artist and that's it. This is what he does as a hobby, for fun, aside from music, movies, and everything else. What's the big deal? I'd buy one if I could, but I don't really have that money. But I would. Why not? Let me know what you think down below. Doing pop culture, entertainment, stuff like that. If you subscribe here, you'll get videos. Sometimes I'm funny, usually serious because I have to be, but sometimes funny. All right. See you next time.